My mom told me I was allergic to cock for 16 years. The truth left Miss Boishless the EpiPen. She carried in her purse the emergency calls to my friends' parents, the special non-chocolate birthday cakes. It was all a lie for as long as I could remember free things to find me. I was left-handed, I had my father's eyes, and I was severely raw to chocolate. This wasn't just some minor intolerance. One mom made sure everyone knew I could if I consumed even a tiny bit. Remember when you were 2, she'd remind me whenever I stared too long at a chocolate chip cookie, and we had to rush you to the hospital. Your throat closed up, you almost died. I'd not grateful. She'd saved my life. The story was told so many times it felt like my own memory, though of course I couldn't actually remember it. Being the girl who's rated chocolate became my identity, at how my best friend Emma automatically traded her starters for my Reese's without me asking. During classroom parties, kids would dramatically yell, "Don't Tersey her that." If someone offered me a brownie when I was 16, Mom got called away to Phoenix in sex or had been in a car accident. She left me with Emma's family for the weekend, taking 10 minutes to explain my deadly calorie to Emma's mother. That Saturday, Emma and I were making 2 batches of brownies, Byers chocolate for her family, non-chocolate blondies for me. I was being super careful with separate bowls and spoons when Emma accidentally bumped me, causing my spatula to fall directly into the chocolate batter. "Oh my gosh," she gasped, "don't touch it." But something clicked as I stared at that spatula. I'd never actually assigned myself have any erection. I'd been told about it my whole life, but had no memory of it. "What exactly happens when you eat chocolate?" Emma asked nervously. "I don't know," I admitted. Mom always said, my throat closes up. Emma's mom wasn't hung. In what was either Nenike rebellion or genuine curiosity, I lifted the spatula and licked off a tiny bit of chocolate. We stared at each other waiting for disaster. Nothing happened. Emboldened, I took another lick, still nothing. By the time Emma's mom returned, I had eaten an entire chocolate brownie with zero reaction. No rash, no throat closing, nothing. When Mom came home Sunday night, I couldn't hold it in. "Mom, I accidentally had chocolate this weekend," I blurted before she'd even set down her suitcase. "I'm not Ria anymore." The color drained from her face. She sank onto the couch. "You are not Ria to chocolate," she said quietly. "You never were." I froze, uncomprehending. "But the hospital when I was 2, the EpiPen." She took a deep breath. "Your father was Ria to chocolate, severely Ria. The hospital trip was real but it was him, not you. My father had died when I was 3, car accident. I barely remembered him. After he died," she continued, voice breaking, "I couldn't bear to have chocolate in the house. It reminded me too much of how careful we always had to be with him. But telling a 3-year-old they can't have chocolate because it makes all us sad." She shook her head. "It was easier to tell you that you were lie too." That night we bought one of every chocolate candy in the store. As we tasted them, she told me stories about my father. I'd never heard as how they'd met in a coffee shop where he'd ordered hot chocolate, not realizing they made it with real chocolate until his lips started tingling. 16 years of identity built on a lie. But sometimes the lies we believe shape us in unexpected ways. I am now a food, quote, researcher helping kids with real nasters, and yes, chocolate is still my favorite subject to study.